Hey everybody, guess what? Today is Wednesday. Hump day, hump day. Oh my gosh, we've made it thus far and then we have 2 days to go. Oh wow. It is okay. I don't know where you're viewing us from, but it is gorgeous here in Maryland. The weather, I think we hit close to the 70-degree mark, and I am glad for it. We're coming upon daylight savings time. Light, more light. Thank you. I appreciate that because I can get more done. And speaking of getting more done, I've got to thank this lovely audience here because you all are taking the opportunity to register for the Women's Leadership Forum. The Women's Leadership Forum that takes place March 18th through the 20th of this year. Now, I've been talking about this forum for since last March. Okay. We are coming upon big numbers in attendance, even though we're virtual. And I've got to say, if you haven't gotten your tickets now, you might want to run out and go get them. Now, you don't have to literally run out because it's virtual. All you need to do is use the mouse. Or if you don't use a mouse, click away because we have tickets for you. Now, we have 3 days of information that we want to impart. It'll use all of your senses to operate this platform that we're on. We want you to have choices. And so we're not asking you to sit in front of your computer all day long because that's what we do anyway. That's what we've been doing. And so we've created choices in which you can hear a keynote speaker, hear the panel. You participate in an internship fair. If you are interested in how to get your business going, because I heard on the news yesterday that businesses, some of them are not getting the PPP money that they would like to have because they don't feel like they qualify. This is an opportunity to voice your opinion and to get some help at the same time. What else? If you're having a tough time communicating with your boss or finding a job, this is the place to be. And where can you find all that information? On the Women's Leadership Forum. Okay, where do you find that? You see the website scrolling? I got fancy on everybody. It is scrolling across the page where you can locate a ticket. ForwardWLF.org or hashtag. You follow us through the hashtag ForwardWLF. It's as simple as that. Now, if you need more information, feel free to contact us. But you will have to go to the website. You have to go to the website and figure out how to actually send that email to us. It's as simple as hello@forwardwlf.org. So we look forward to having you as our guest, as our attendee at the Women's Leadership Forum. Now, this is the month of March, and guess what? We're talking about feet. No, we will not be defeated, okay? But we will march our way with our feet to the forum. And you'll hear from our guests a little later today about how they're going to use their feet to get you to march into their place of business, right? So I'm excited today because not only because our guests have important information to depart to you, but because I just want to take this opportunity to say thank you to Fulton Bank because they are helping to make our program bigger, greater. They were sponsors last year, and they thought enough of the women that are in our purview to come back again this year. Now, there's some of you who say, well, what is this Women's Leadership Forum all about? We're a tribe. I'm going to just claim it. We are a tribe, a large tribe. because in our newsletter, which you should have gotten today, the newsletter went out today. And in that audience for the newsletter, there are over 1,100 of you all who received the newsletter. I think I only saw one bounce back, and I don't know what that was all about. But we have 1,100 people that are receiving the newsletter. The newsletter at this point is chock full of information that helps you to guide yourself through the forum, but it's also informative. And so we are hoping to continue the newsletter throughout the year so that you get the information that allows you to make decisions about yourself. But I also want to let you know that Fulton Bank, as our sponsor, helps us to keep that newsletter going, because it takes woman power to keep that newsletter up. It takes woman power to keep the graphics going and vibrant and bright. And all that you see here, it's powered by the women. It's powered by the women. And so I'm very proud of that. Now, yes, we need men to help us along the way, but at the forefront of this particular venture, of this nonprofit, are women. And that's what makes this great. And so what you're about to hear are women that are coming forward to us today to talk to you about Fulton Bank, what they have to offer. And we're talking about, girl, get your money right. Okay? Because some of us are still trying. We're still trying to make it. And with COVID, some of us have gone into a little bit of a hole here, and we're trying to climb our way out. We're trying to make it. And so what Fulton Bank is here to help us do is to understand where we can act, what our possibilities are. It might not come like right now, okay? But they're here to encourage us in our goals, in our monetary goals, and to tell us how we can get it right. So, yes, they are participating in the Women's Leadership Forum, which I'm encouraging you all to get additional information. But they're here today to give you just a couple of nuggets that will help you to get started. So, without further ado, I'm welcoming our guests, Miss Nicole Earl and Miss Nuri Mena from Fulton Bank.
Yay!
Welcome. And so, and thank you for being here. I'm so glad, that you're here today, because, many of us are trying to do the best that we can during this period. And so what I'm hoping that we can accomplish today in the little time that we have is, one, to encourage the women, to let them know that they will be able to move themselves forward in their finances, right? That's one. And then two, you're going to give them some nuggets just about how they're able to do that, okay? So let me introduce my two esteemed guests here today. We have Nicole Earl. Now, Nicole is a vice president and commercial community development officer in Fulton Bank's commercial real estate department. Oh my gosh, I'm so proud to say all of that about you. So I welcome you, Nicole, and I'm going to ask you in a few minutes to tell us a little bit about your journey. But I also want to welcome Nuri Mena, because Nuri has been with Fulton Bank, is it still 24 years?
No, 26. On 26 running.
Oh my gosh, for 26 years, and has served as a chairperson of the Hispanic Business Council of Dulles Chamber of Commerce for the past probably 20 years, right?
Yes,
Woo! I'm proud to have when we bring these ladies to the table, we come with power. And so I'm proud to have you here as our guest. And so, Nicole, I'm going to start with you. Tell me how you got to be the head honcho of commercial real estate.
Oh my gosh. Well, thank you so much for having us. It's really a pleasure. So I actually started in banking in the 90s. I was actually working at the state as a fiscal analyst, and I got into the management training program with Asians Bank at the time. And I was in the commercial group and decided to go into the community development lending groups. I wanted to get more involved in real estate development and be involved in the community, beyond in the grassroots. And stayed with Bank of America till 2005, and went out to do other things. I started a company, real estate development company, worked at the Housing Authority for 9 years, was the COO of a real estate development firm, and started with Fulton Bank in 2018, doing what I love, community development, lending to developers who are building affordable housing or doing commercial properties such as Lexington Market and Northwood. So, and loving it. Have a great team, a great group at Fulton Bank.
All right. And Nuri, can you tell us a little bit about what your journey has been like?
Of course, of course. Thank you so much for inviting us over. We are so excited, and we're more excited about our presentation next week. Yay! Yay!
Yeah.
Yes. Well, when I started banking, wow, it was when I started my last year of high school. I was planning for med school to go into college. I had an internship in this into school, right? And then I went to pay a bill at a bank, a local bank in New York. And I don't know, but the environment of banking really attracted me. And I asked if there was any opening. They did, and they hired me as as an officer, just a, manager's officer. I said, perfect. So my hard work, I had a couple of roles. I ended up being an assistant manager. Then we relocated from New York to Virginia because my husband has a great opportunity, and we do the schooling system for the kids was great, right? And then I interviewed with Fulton Bank. What a great journey. My hard work, my determination, got me into where I am now. I use the Fulton Bank platform because, helped me do what I love to do for the community. I'm very involved, and, Fulton Bank had my back. So it's wonderful to work for this institution.
I heard a common word from both of you all. And maybe it speaks to the slogan or the feel of Fulton Bank. And the word was community. The word was community. And both of you all said the words community. And so what is community in relationship to Fulton Bank, or Fulton Bank in relationship to the community?
Well, I guess, for me, since I'm in the community development lending group, but our theme is that we change lives for the better. And it's not just a slogan. It's something that the bank and everybody from the top to the bottom actually believes. And me personally, it's a passion of mine, and I get to live that out in my role at the bank. And the bank is always trying to see how can we help. So we have a Fulton Forward program, and, we try to get involved in home buyer counseling. We have free training for people who are trying to do businesses. We help with home ownership. We really get into different facets of the community to help. That's one of our core beliefs. We want to make people's lives better in each community that we serve.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So one more. Okay. So I would be in trouble if I didn't ask you. Okay. Yep. You all have the slogan Fulton Forward. And so I'm loving that. And that meshes with what we're trying to do. We're trying to move women forward. What is the forward part, Nuri? What does that mean?
Forward. Oh, absolutely. That's a good question. Well, Fulton Forward Initiative is our opportunity to empower our community to through the effort of managers like me, where we render, financial literacy, economy development, community impact. So there's so many things that they there really to assist you to change lives for the better.
Right. Okay. So we want to change some lives for the better financially, right?
Oh, yes, yes.
Financially. So we're here to talk about women and their finances. So if
Right.
there was like okay, so again, under the umbrella of like, girl, get your money right. What what would you say that like the number one thing that you think women have a downfall in when it comes to their like finances? When it comes to their finances, what are you hearing like women and you go, oh, no, no, no.
Well, I guess I would say that, I mean, as women, we're the caretakers and we're always taking care of everybody else, right? Whether it's our kids, or our husbands, our mothers, or whatever. But I think with women, we have to prioritize ourselves and pay yourself first. I think it's really important to prioritize yourself and your financial stability and wellness and pay yourself first.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Pay yourself. So okay, I don't want to take a deep dive because let's remember the deeper dive is at Forward Women's Leadership Forum, right?
That's right.
So what does paying yourself look like?
So
Sure.
for those, you go ahead, Mina. You
go ahead. It's okay, go ahead.
Nori. No, you take the one, Nori.
Well, we have, we don't manage our finance right. And with this presentation that Nicole and I will provide you next week, we're just going to create a simple steps for you to gain financial freedom. Okay? Because there's a lot of little things there that you won't believe how much you can save. Okay? We just need to be consistent, change some behavior, check our mindsets, because you will be surprised, and we will tell you later on, but you can start savings just by, instead of going to Starbucks and buying a cup of coffee, make a cup of coffee at home. And this is going to be just temporarily. We're gonna rejoice. We're gonna have a win-win. But when we achieve that goal of financial freedom, then we can go back. But we have the habit of just spending, living check by check. And with this outbreak of the coronavirus pandemic, we've been impacted not just health-wise or financially. We've just been using our credit. Okay. But it is time just to check where your money is going. You have it within you. You lead the path where you want your money to go. And when you say pay yourself first, be consistent in savings. Even if it's $25 either a month, bi-weekly. But once you have that habit of consistently saving $25 a month or whatever, you'll see you'll build up. You will build up and you'll say, wow. And then there's all other things that I don't want to tell you right now.
Yeah, you're giving away all the goodies. Don't give away all the goodies.
Wow, but simple steps. Do that.
So growing up, I think we talked about this off camera. Growing up, I had an envelope system. Okay, to try to meet some goals. Like if I wanted to pay an electric bill, and I knew that it was $15 a month, and I got paid every 2 weeks, I would split the $15 up by to $7.50 and $7.50 out of my paycheck. Put it in the envelope, and then I would have enough at the end of the month to be able to pay on the first. Right? you all grow up having some other methods for being able to meet financial goals when you were growing up, I'm saying, because you might have something totally different now.
Well, I guess I could say actually, growing up in my family, I don't know about you, Nuri, but we didn't really talk about money. There was no discussion about finances or money at all. I didn't know how the rent got paid. I didn't know how anything happened, saving for a house or a car. I actually learned finances probably after college. And you learn, by osmosis and just figuring it out as you go. So if I were to say one thing is start the conversations about finances and financial wellness early. For those of us who have children, start those conversations at the dinner table, teaching little nuggets, in bite-sized steps based on what age your children are. But it's never too early to learn good habits. It's never too early to learn about finances, especially before you get to college. For those of us who will go to college and, the credit cards start rolling in, because after you've messed up your credit by racking up credit card bills, it's harder to. So teaching the lessons about how to budget, what a credit score is, and just talking about how to manage your finances. It's never too early.
Agree.
I lied. I said that my first encounter was kind of the envelope system, but it was actually that Christmas savings thing that they used to have. It was the Christmas savings where we saved all year long to go to Sears or look at that Sears catalog. Okay, so how if I wanted to go on a trip and I knew that the trip was I'm going next year after the COVID is like all gone. I'm going next year. I'm trying to get there. Yes, we're all going. Let's all go together. What would be a method for getting that $1,000 to go on that trip? I'm saying my trip was going to cost me $1,000. Okay. So what would you suggest?
Well, remember I touched that a little earlier. Colette a little earlier about, setting up a plan, simple plan, and being consistent, either saving, let's say you want to save $1,000 for the whole year, then you're starting. Okay, so that means that we have 12 months, so that means that I need to be saving X amount of money, weekly or bi-weekly, depending on how you receive your income, depending on, but it's just setting off and being consistent, being consistent and being accountable. I say, whoops, no, I need to do that because I need to reach that goal. I wanted to go on vacation. So you need to be consistent, and no matter what, you pay yourself first.
Okay, so wait a minute.
I'd like to add, can I add to that, Colette?
Yeah.
I think also what's really good, I know what works for me is once you set something up, if it's like an auto debit into, like some accounts have wallets, and you can segregate different things. So you can set up under your main account, like a vacation account or whatever else you're saving for, and just do that auto deposit into that account. Once it's gone out of, and even if it's for work and you're saving for retirement, once you take that out and you don't see it and you're not even thinking about it, it's kind of like a mind trick. Once it's out and it's not there, you don't see it, you work with what you have left. So set an amount, work backwards, figure out how much time you have, and then just do that auto debit deposit into that account. And then, you don't have to think about it. You don't have to touch it. Don't look at it. And it's a one-way street till you're ready for that use.
Yep. Well, what do you think about this method? Because I've had some people, some friends tell me, I'm going to wait for that. When I get that bonus, I'm just putting all that. And then I don't have to do that, taking out every single check. I'm just going to take that one big bonus check and put it aside.
Well, when I have a client that comes here to Fulton Bank, we listen. That's one of the things that we do because we love to just build up relationships. And what we do is we sit down and listen, have a conversation. Okay, what is the purpose for this account and all that? Oh, okay, I just wanted to get this amount of money and I don't want to touch it. So here I am, and I can recommend a certificate of deposit. Why a certificate of deposit? Because a certificate of deposit is locked for a term period of time, and you cannot touch that money. If you touch it, you're going to be penalized. So like I say, it's more likely a conversation with what is the purpose for the opening of this account. And I want to suggest that because, there's a lot of temptation all the time for you to take that money out. And, I say, I'm going to save it. I'm going to save it. I'm going to save it. And we always come back and get that money out there,
Yeah. So I hear, that you all develop a relationship.
Oh, yeah.
Relationship with your clients so that you understand how to meet their needs and realistic needs. So that actually sounds like a smart goals for those coaches out there. It sounds like a smart goal where you make sure that their goal is realistic, because if you open that, you actually will lose if you cash in on that certificate of deposit, rather than gain, and then you might not even meet your goal, right?
Right.
So, Nicole, tell us your number one tip. Like your number one tip if you are trying to get your finances right. I should have saved this.
You gotta. Yeah, you. I mean, my number one tip was pay yourself first, but second number one would be, if I had to pick another one, is you have to start from ground zero. So sit down. I know it takes, sometimes you don't want to look, but you take the time to kind of do an assessment. So set up your goals, know what your goals are, and then sit down and do an assessment. You gotta look at everything. Where is your money going? And there's some smart apps out there that you can link up all your stuff, everything, your accounts, your retirement, and then just look at everything. That'll do like a little chart for you, see where you're actually spending your money. Because if you don't know where your money is going, then you can't kind of figure out how to set your budget and direct to where you want to go. So know your goals, number one, then do a forensic, do an assessment, do a look through at where you're spending your money, and then set your plan.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's a good observation. And we have here, we're going to be handing out some form that are going to help you achieve that goal, because it tells you all your income, all your expenses, what is left. So I'm going to tell you, I'm not going to tell you more, but I'm going to tell you, we're going to provide you with that tool, and you just need to follow.
Okay, so I know that to be true because at the Women's Leadership Forum, Fulton Bank not only has one page, but they have 2 pages in our workbook that are going to help you work through some of your angst regarding your finances, and they're going to give you tips and hope, right? Hope for getting to where it is that you want to be. And I also see in our chat here that Fulton Bank has an education center. Is that correct? So I see that there's a fultonbank.com/education center where you can learn more about how you can build wealth. Really, it is building wealth. I will tell you that before COVID hit, that one of the things that I did want to focus on was how our communities could build more wealth. And so what I'm grateful for is that you all are here today telling us and giving us information how we could create goals and get there. So I want, I told you that the time was going to go fast, right? And so it is the 6:30 hour, but I want both of you all to think of how you can encourage the women out here, particularly those women who, they may have lost, their jobs during this COVID period. Is there something that you can say to them that would encourage them to get back on their feet? And it doesn't have to be, even though this is a financial talk, I'm just asking you to, because I said the word feet, right? To get back on your feet and move forward. I'm asking you, is there something that you can lend to them personally that would give them some words of encouragement?
Sure. I mean, just really quickly, having just come out of Black History Month, I mean, we know that we're a people of, and not just on Black, this goes for everybody, but we're resilient people, and women in particular, we are resilient. I mean, the woman usually is the backbone. Sorry, that's how I feel. So, like Maya Angelou says, like the phoenix, and still I rise. No matter where we are in our lives, no matter what has happened, there's always an opportunity to rise up. There's always an opportunity to try again. There's always an opportunity to rebuild, to rebuild and make it better. We can start, I mean, whatever has happened in the past during COVID, I know it's been really hard for some people, but this might be an opportunity to do something that, we weren't doing before because we were in a job and we were kind of stuck. And now we have an opportunity to take a look back and rebuild and maybe go for our goals or dreams that we were putting to the side because we had other things that we were in. So like a phoenix, and still I rise. We will rise from the ashes, and we'll build back better.
Thank you. Nuri, do you have something?
Well, through this time, we all learned so much. We were able to be creative. We were able to help our community. And yes, there's a lot of people that suffer one more than the other. Well, what I can tell you is there's a hero in each one of us. Okay? In each one of us. There was so much difficult time and challenging time, but we adapt and we recreated. And to all this wonderful woman, this group woman that probably lost something dear to them, job, family member, a friend, there's more good time to come. Never give up. We are here to assist you in whatever you need. We're talking about financially, but we are a woman here. If we empower one another, we're gonna lift up one another. So, there's more. We could see the light at the end of the tunnel. It's not how many times we fall, but how quick we stand up.
Mm-hmm. So on that, wow, that was, both of you all said some very powerful words. And what I want to do is encourage the audience to speak up and speak their truth, right? Because many times, like Nicole mentioned, our communities are very silent about their finances. And some of that is in our culture, right? It's in our culture where we don't talk. We were taught not to talk about money. That was just among, the mother and the father, right, in the family. And so what I'm suggesting, and I know I had a hard time with this when I sought a financial planner. I was like, you want to know every dollar? Every dollar? Every dollar? And it was almost like bearing your soul to someone. But here's what I want to say is that the two of you all make it easier for someone to come and say, here I am. I need some assistance. I need help. And that's what the community banking is all about, is that you are there, right, for the community. And yes, I'm talking a little longer because that You're there to assist and to help people to rise from the ashes. And what you do is exercise that creativity to give people ideas. Because while I may use the envelope method, you all may have like 10 other different ways in which somebody can save to reach their goal. And their goal may be, I don't want to live from paycheck to paycheck. How can I get there? Right?
Right. Absolutely. It's an individual basis. Each person's situation, circumstances are different. They're individualized plans.
Because I asked Nuri, I said to Nuri before we came on, if I have $1,000 in my checking or savings, I'm getting a lot of feedback. I'm not sure what that is, and Nuri, you said that when I said checking your savings, when I said checking or saving.
Right.
I'm not sure what's happening with the
maybe
I don't know. Maybe that's a signal that Okay. So anyway, what I'm going to do is mute the mic there, and I'm just going to ask the audience to bear with me for a second. So I don't know what happened. We're having a little technical difficulty with the feedback. I don't know if Nicole, can you hear me? Okay, so let me just ask Nuri for a second. I asked you about checking, savings, which one is the best, and I would just like for you to repeat your answer to me. So I'm going to open your mic.
Thank you. Sure, be more than glad to. Yeah, it's a good question. Yeah, and like I said before, when we have a client or a prospect or customer comes here, we listen because we try to determine what is the best things that we can recommend it. Come to open a checking account or a savings account. It depends on the purpose. You would like to open a checking account to pay bills, to issue checks, or you would like to save. And then I'll recommend better. Or, you tell me, well, I wanted to pay some bills, but at the same time, I wanted to save. So I would recommend for you to open the checking account and then the savings account for your savings. Yeah, but we listen first to recommend better.
And what I'm hearing is everybody's circumstance is different, right?
Right.
So you ladies have done like an awesome job. And what I am asking you all to do, and Nuri, I'm going to ask you first, is encourage everyone to come to the forum because you're cheerleaders. So
I'm telling you, you better come. We have so many good stuff for you that you're going to say, oh my gosh, you're going to be surprised how much you can save. You'll see. All
right. And I'm going to open your mic, Nicole, and you do your cheerleading for the forum.
Well, you just don't want to miss it. You have to come out, because in power there is. Oh, you can't hear me?
I can't hear you.
Can you hear me, Nuri? Anybody? Okay, so come on out to the seminar next week. You're gonna be so happy you did. There'll be a lot of great information. We want you to come with your questions. We want to have feedback and back and forth. It's not just going to be us talking. We have a lot of good stuff to share, good nuggets that's going to put you on a path to financial wellness. But we want to have a conversation. We want to have girl talk. So just come on out. We're going to have girl talk about money.
Well, I want to thank you all. Thank you, too, for being great guests. Okay, audience, you see it. You see how we interact, and we're going to interact with you. They are ready to take your questions, and they're ready to give you answers. And hopefully you will get your finances right, girl. Okay, come on out. There's no excuse. So we've got it all. We've got it all for you. And Nuri and Nicole are both experts in the field. So you're learning from the best of the best. And so with that, I want to thank you, Nicole and Nuri, for being great guests. We look forward to seeing you guys next week on our platform, on the Women's Leadership Forum platform. I want you to stay with me. Don't check out. I'm going to tell the audience just a little bit about what's coming up next on this Friday. Oh my goodness. Where is that banner? Come on, banner. On this Friday, we have the Andersons, Dijon and Paula Anderson. And they will be talking about what? Relationships. Okay. Oh my goodness. So that doesn't just mean boyfriend, girlfriend. That means also relationships on your job. Okay, because you need one. And do you know that on the platform that we're presenting, we are having 2 ways in which you can network with the entire group. So we have, close to 500, 600 people. Oh my gosh, you need to meet. Everybody ought to come out with a new friend. And so if you don't know how to meet them, the Andersons are going to help you in that relationship building session and help you to gain new people in your own tribe, in your personal tribe, okay? And then that we will end up back on Monday. Now, I'm going to tell you about Monday. I was trying to keep up. Zumba, it's a workout. Now, I'm trying to keep up, but I need some people to help me out. So if you, and I know that my partner, Dion is out there somewhere. I know that she knows how to Zumba. So she may Zumba privately. We don't have to see you. You only see me and the Zumba instructor, Blake. He will work you out. I tell you, last time I was glistening and glowing at the end of the session. And then I can't tell you what I'm going to do on that Wednesday because I'm toying with what to do. Do I explain more about the forum? Do I bring another guest on? So that's a TBA moment for me. So I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do on that day, but I'm going to make sure that it's interesting. So, and then we will be on that Thursday. It's the forum. So March 18th. Can you believe it? We will already be beyond the middle of the month. It'll be March 18th through the 20th. We hope to see you all there. Now, in hoping that we see you all there, that means that you all must continue to remain safe. Now, you don't see us wearing masks because guess what? Nicole is one place, Nuri's another place, and I'm somewhere else. But as we gather, continue to wear that mask. Continue to remain 6 feet apart, right? And make sure you wash those hands because we want to see you at the forum, March 18th through the 20th. So take care of yourself. That's what we want you to do. Take care of yourself. And with that, I want to bid my guests a good evening. Have a great evening. And make sure, audience, that you continue to remain safe and be careful. Here at the forum, we wave everybody off. So as we tell them goodbye, we're going to wave, Nuri and Mena, and tell everybody so long and have a wonderful evening. Thank you all for being a great guest.